Everybody, Lee Houston here, my brother Greg McCray. Last time we did this, it was great, but we played back, the audio was screwed up. So I'm decided to record it on the app instead of on Anchor.com. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fine, bro. How are you doing?
I'm good. So those of you who missed all that, I didn't post it yet because we got to do this all over again. So if it sounds familiar, forgive us. All right, that's everything that happened over the past couple of weeks. We're gonna put it all together like a pot of gumbo. Let's start off with releases. First of all, the original release that everybody got fired from, Ring of Honor, man. What's going on there?
I believe it's something, when the pandemic hit, it really couldn't fully recover.
Mm-hmm.
Lost the money and all that. But to me, Ring of Honor still got a great product. I believe they had the right TV contract. They could recoup some of that money. Somebody stepped in and help them out. Ring of Honor to me is better than Impact and on the same level as AEW. They just don't get the same kind of exposure.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of independent stars came from Ring of Honor. Wrestling needs Ring of Honor.
Wait, now stay right there. Now, when you say we need wrestling in Ring of Honor, explain that for the young folks out here.
Brian Danielson, Cesaro, Moa Joe, all these CM Punk, they got their starts really in Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of folks, like Kyle O'Reilly, the War Raiders, was the War Machine. That started in Ring of Honor. I forgot Kyle O'Reilly. Everybody from the Attitude Era. Adam Cole. Adam Cole didn't blow up as a main event player till he did his thing in Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor what made him the main event player that he is, the All Elite player that he is now.
Mm-hmm.
Ring of Honor even give for the young bucks. Ring of Honor is one of them institutions to me that you go there, you learn your craft. You're almost on the big stage, but you're not on the big stage yet. But it's big enough for you to learn and grow so that you can learn how to handle the big time stage.
Yeah, that's true. First of all, I gotta give a birthday shout out to somebody. The late great Lemmy from Motorhead. Happy birthday to you over there in heaven. Those of you ain't familiar with Motorhead, you heard of Triple H. The songs he came up with, "Line in the Sand," "Time to Play the Game." Much love to Lemmy from Motorhead. Lately, people are complaining a lot about WWE and certain groups on Facebook and stuff. And I understand both sides of the situation. On one side, like Vince, it all spearheaded by the old decrepit dude we love to death, Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon's kind of this old meant to grandpa that we love dearly, but he got sit down somewhere. Yeah, but that's gonna be you're gonna have to pry WWE from his hands. I'm telling you right now. Either one of the two ways he gonna not run WWE. Either he gonna die or he gonna be pried from his hands. Because until such time, it's not gonna just hand it over that easily.
It's like an old preacher that don't want to give up his church.
Mm-hmm.
You got a young preacher that can come and take over. You ain't got to work so hard, but you want to have control of everything. No. You can still be in the background. You can still lend your ears. But no, give it over to somebody like Triple H, who took NXT from nothing and made NXT a brand on its own. You could separate NXT from WWE, and they will make their own money to survive on their own.
Yeah.
Now, Vince McMahon will put his hand on NXT 2.0 so far. I'm not sure. With Braun Breaker, that's a Vince McMahon typical main event player. Somebody big and muscular and all that. Triple H, he made made everybody, you know, he used all kind of people in the main event team. Let you work your way up. He used the big muscular Big E. He used the small people like Seth Rollins. Mo Dallas, he's alright. He built up stars like Finn Balor, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens. I don't think they ran that rivalry as long as they should have.
Mm-hmm.
Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, that's a great rivalry. Samoa Joe and Shinsuke Nakamura in NXT, great rivalry.
Yeah, I miss the black and gold. Black and gold would be wonderful moments. But unfortunately, we got this multicolor NXT, and I don't like that.
Man, even the women's wrestling in NXT, we got the four horsewomen from the women's movement. It was a point in time where every pay-per-view, you saw the women going from the pre-show to moving up to the beginning of opening show. Then they got so good, the wrestling matches got so good that at least one out of every three pay-per-views, every three takeovers, you had the women's match was the main event. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
You went for the women in NXT. That's how we got that all-women pay-per-view. And what did WWE do after that? Nothing. They gave the women a spotlight. I would have wished they would have had a yearly all-women pay-per-view. You could have did so much to set that up.
Mm-hmm.
You got even some great rivalries you could do right now for that. Dewdrop versus Bianca Belair. That's a rivalry right there, Bruno. And you got Shayna Baszler and Naomi. You can use that pay-per-view like somewhere Naomi could probably get her hands on Sonya Deville at that all-women pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm. That is facts. You could have I don't know. I'm not gonna book Charlotte Flair. I'm tired of being shut down throats. I want to say from NXT, Mandy Rose and I don't know. Let's say Selena Vega.
And all the major players in WWE right now came from NXT.
Mm-hmm.
The boss, Sasha Banks. Mandy when she come out of off of injury. The man, Beth Phoenix. The man, Bianca Belair. What's her name?
Mm-hmm.
Becky Lynch. The man Becky Lynch. Man, so all of them blew up, got great matches in NXT. Even Alexa Bliss went through NXT, didn't really do much, but she showed enough. And when she got the WWE main roster, she showed us what we made her. She really made her.
Man, I tell you, the future would be bright if Vince McMahon would just leave it the hell alone and let these young folks do what they gotta do.
Yes, you're so right, my brother. You are so right. Man, you got so much talent. You can bring them up. What are you calling them up for if you're gonna change? That's fine, man. You bring people from independent and you want to change them. But what made them, you not using what made them big in independent wrestling. That's what the people paying to see. What made them big in independent wrestling. I'm not about to come and pay for a watered-down version of what I drove around the country to see on the independent circuit. Come on now.
Yes, indeed. Y'all excuse me 1 second. But I tell you, there's a lot going on, man. Also, let's talk about different folks being released. Once again, I want to mention some folks we talked about yesterday. Different folks. I'm working my way to AEW in just a little bit, but people like The Big Show, people like Bray Wyatt, people like Daniel Bryan and them. CM Punk don't count. See, he came on his own court. They just let go Nia Jax, and I'm happy for Nia Jax being released. Because Nia Jax is she ain't safe in the ring.
I don't think I think they put too much stress on her, being her family, and but maybe she her way to learn some proper training for her herself. Maybe going somewhere, going on the independent circuit and earning your way back to a major place. So that'll help you learn and help you to grow up and mature. Because if you just not safe in the ring with other wrestlers, that's a sign of immaturity.
Oh, yes.
You literally put your life in each other's hands in that ring.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not safe to be in the ring, I'm not safe to put my life in your hand. Therefore, I don't want to wrestle you.
Yeah. Accidents happen in this business, but man, nothing worse than I can't trust nobody. For example, if I pick somebody up for a suplex, like the setting up for the suplex, and I slip, you fall and break your neck. It's an accident, but still.
I done seen what AJ Styles, he tell people when you're about to hit his move, not to lay your face flat. You're not gonna hurt yourself. If you put your head down, you're gonna break your neck.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally see him, but he had to adjust in mid-air because he see somebody move their head. He adjusts so they won't break their neck. I've seen what people caught Batista had to move up to catch the Undertaker when his foot hit the top rope and caused him to not go as far as he would have went to save his life. That's putting another wrestler in your hand, life in your hand. When they go for them high risk maneuvers, if they gonna miss, it's a certain way that they gonna fall. That okay, I'm gonna miss this time, but next time I want you to catch it. You can see and watch how they trying to catch them to make sure that they don't fall. I've seen Bobby Lashley move over to catch somebody doing a high risk maneuver just to make sure they don't hit the ground the wrong way and hurt themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed, bro. This business now those for all the skeptics in this business, whatever you want to call it. Yes, it is predetermined. Yes, it is scripted, but you can't plan everything. Perfect example is Owen Hart. Nobody saw that coming.
Yeah.
I don't know who in the.
Like, with stuff at my job being a security guard, certain things that you can predict, certain things you can't. But once something happened and you realize that you have a safety hazard at that point with that, then you have to make adjustments for that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir, man. Safety above all. That's the number one commandment in the wrestling business: is safety above everything.
I mean, he did that drop so many times safely. Nobody would ever thought that would have happened that night.
All right.
But it was a malfunction. And there was somebody would have maybe had forward thinking back then. But I mean, I just see people when I worked in a plant as security. There's certain things that people didn't think about happening to take care of after somebody got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody lost a leg. Some people, died. But then once they, come to realization that this could be a hazard, we putting stuff in place to make sure that this don't happen first. It wasn't nothing intentional or out here. It's just something that we didn't account for.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's something that unfortunately was not accounted for. Because I love Owen Hart. He was a year or two away from being a world champion.
Mm-hmm.
Bret Hart versus Owen Hart for the WWE title. Oh, I can see that WWF title. Oh, that's magical. About as magical as British Bulldog versus Bret Hart for the Intercontinental title.
By the way, that match actually happened. I can't put a year on it. I want to say it was like the either mid 80s or 90s. It was a steel cage match.
Early 90s.
Early 90s, steel cage match. If I'm not mistaken, I go back and watch it, but I think the British Bulldog had something to do with it. Not British Bulldog, Jim Evan Neidhart.
Yeah, Bret and Owen had some great matches earlier in Owen's career. They had a great rivalry and great TV.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the Hart Foundation, the Hart Dynasty, all when Owen came along and finally got his own footsteps in how you say, found his footing in
Mm-hmm.
wrestling. But he blew up, took off.
Yeah. So for years, I'm gonna introduce my sponsor in just a second. For years, he was like just following. Some people say following Brett's footsteps or like being overshadowed by Brett's footsteps for years. It's nobody pay attention to Owen Hart. Brett. Okay, Brett leaves. Owen steps up. Okay, we've been sleeping on Owen. Okay, let's see what he got. Not bad. Okay.
Yeah, I think that was, having somebody that's older than you that showed how good they was. And Brett brought a lot of things to wrestling. And he actually brought the ladder match into WWE.
Mm-hmm.
His dad was the first one to have a ladder match up in Canada. And he brought that over there. They actually had Brett had a trial ladder match with Shawn Michaels.
That's
trained him on how to do it.
That's
They did the official, the actual first pay-per-view ladder match with WrestleMania. They did an unofficial one ladder match, which I seen the video of in Canada. And I was like, that's just a setup of how, the start of something big, how far the ladder match have came. And, Brett brought a lot to the business. And, that's coming up in school, I was a good kid and my sister come up behind me and everybody just was talking about me so much. And sometimes you do good to try and set a good example for them to come under you. But sometimes, your siblings want to try to make their own footsteps.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of hard to do that when you did such a good job paving the way for them. And that was Owen's problem. Once, like you said, once Brett left and Owen got to shine, Owen shined.
Oh yeah, I've seen the ladder matches. That was the first ladder match ever between Brett and Shawn. That was the first one, and Shawn just took a shine into it. And people like Shawn Michaels, Scott Hall, they set the mark. But the first ladder match was between Brett and Shawn.
Yeah, they took it and they raised the bar high. Mm-hmm. And now ladder matches is at a whole another level.
You can have a ladder match for all.
Like you said, how worried about what didn't realize about things happening with Owen Hart. They had some stuff happening in ladder matches that you weren't prepared for.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mercury broke his nose when the ladder came up on his face. He didn't get his hands up. He have his hand up prepared fast enough. His nose got shattered.
Oh, I saw that. I'm like, oh my god, you can't. I saw that blood, and I wish the skeptic would call that fake. Trust me on this. That particular moment ain't fake at all, bro. Blood everywhere.
Oh yeah, a lot of times you can tell by their reaction. It's not fake, nowhere near fake.
Yeah, Lord, I remember. Yeah, I saw on YouTube. I gotta find it on Peacock. But I saw it on YouTube the Friday after the following that. I think it was Armageddon. Following the ladder match incident, Joey Mercury could barely walk.
Yeah.
He lost so much blood and everything. My goodness.
Yeah. Them ladder matches like they take a lot out of you. And for some people, it takes time off your career. I believe that was cause is to lose some good years, but also give time to go away and create a life and get some rest when you come back to rest.
Oh yeah.
It would keep Jeff Hardy going. Jeff Hardy, I think it's almost time for him to retire soon, but he can still give a good show. And with ladder matches that helps him earn the Undertaker respect.
Man, that was a good match right there. Jeff Hardy, Undertaker, 2002. Man, that was cool.
Yeah. It's hard to earn the Undertaker respect, but once you got it, you ain't never lost it.
Mm-hmm.
When Undertaker shook his hand, you knew right there that Jeff Hardy was a future star in the business. It's just a matter of him maturing and learning. And I just wish, he didn't. I wish he could have stayed more mature to win the belt from Jeff Hardy?
First of all, Jeff came. I believe that's the one where Jeff showed up high as a kite, man.
Yes.
And Eric Bischoff came down. Jeff Hardy's in no shape to perform, in no condition to perform. Shouldn't be performing when you did in that condition. Eric Bischoff really with people ear. Hey, we need to shut this down. He can't wrestle tonight.
Mm-hmm. To protect Impact Wrestling and to protect Jeff Hardy more than what they did.
Yes, indeed. He got a tongue lashing from several folks afterwards.
Yeah, that helped him to mature and to get better and everything. Between that and finally having a daughter. But something, you got to go through some things to learn and mature. And, I'm glad it wasn't nothing serious happened to him. Nothing fatally happened to him for him to learn his lesson.
Understand? Speaking of delivery, man, Restaurants brought to you by Back and Delivery and More LLC. They put the D in delivery. 888-712-8871 backup. That's 888-712-2587. You have a CDL license, let them know, hey, I can drive trucks. And you can call them up and get something going. Back and Deliveries and More LLC. They put the D in delivery. Thank you for that segue, man. I needed that right there. Oh, man. Let's talk real quick about about Full Gear. Go through this card right here. 1 second. Let me pull it up.
Really looking forward to this. To see how they progress some things, seeing how much they're learning, seeing how much they're growing in their sophomore year. Seeing if we're gonna get the payoff for some things that that you built and you worked so hard for. You had some things that happened naturally that that I feel like we should have been got the payoff before, and but hopefully we finally get the payoff for it.
Mm-hmm.
We got some good matches happening now.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing CM Punk versus Eddie Kingston. I'm looking forward to seeing Miro versus Bryan Danielson, which never happened in WWE.
One match I'm looking forward to seeing, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. She's actually a dentist, by the way, versus Tay Conti for the Women's Championship. We also got the Inner Circle versus Men of the Year and American Top Team. We got the Lucha Brothers against FTR. Against FTR. Darby Allin against MJF. We got CM Punk and Eddie Kingston, like you said. Christian Cage and Jurassic Express against Super Click. Adam Cole, Bebe, and the Young Bucks. Falls Count Anywhere match.
I'm looking forward to that one. I want to see the Super Elite go through some things.
And then the icing on the cake, Adam Cole, Kenny Omega from North Carolina against Adam Page for the AEW World Championship.
It's time for us to see a new champion. It's time for us to make Adam Page, allow him to be the star that he should be. He almost a little Stone Coldish with some of the stuff he do, but he's still a star. That jumping over the top rope Larry is that is a beautiful move. Chris went down right at the right moment.
I'm going with Kenny Omega. This is all, you catch all of it on pay-per-view. But if you don't want to spend that much money, you can find a streaming service online, or find one you got to pay a pay-for streaming service or a free streaming service. I recommend free. And speaking of saving money, if you go to WrestleTracks.com, use the code BIRTHDAY in all caps, say $12 off any order that's $20 or more WrestlingTracks.com. Use the code BIRTHDAY. I'm telling you, Full Gear should be good. Survivor Series. Man, let's go right there right quick. What do you think about the card?
Man, I can't wait to see Big E versus Roman Reigns, which is de facto Bloodline versus the New Day. With everything that's going on with the Bloodline and New Day, I think that's going to be like the topping on the cake right there. I can't wait to see, the man versus the greatest woman champion of all time,
Mm-hmm.
the queen, the real queen. I can't wait to see how these women, going get together, get along together in the women's match. And I'm like, I understand, you want to bring different people together, try to make, different dynamics, to see if they can work together. But, okay, once they get SummerSlam season, Survivor Series season, you need to get in the mindset of, okay, it's time for us to really work together. And not all this, back and forth victory and all that.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to Team Raw. Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Rey Mysterio, Bobby Lashley versus Team SmackDown. Drew McIntyre, Jeff Hardy, King Woods, Sami Zayn. I was hoping the Bloodline versus her business. No, Bloodline versus her business.
Oh.
But not today. Maybe next year. Not this year.
Yeah.
That would be awesome, but not this year. Maybe next year.
That would be awesome.
Team Raw.
That would be awesome just a team match by itself.
Hell yeah.
I want to see Omos get up into her business. Then we just take her business to a whole nother level, man.
Yeah, it would be good. Then we got Team Raw for the women. Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Carmella, Queen Zelina Vega will take on Sasha Banks, Shayna Baszler, Shotzi Blackheart, Natalya Neidhart, and Aaliyah. Wait a minute. Aaliyah. I'm about to say, I know that ain't Rey Mysterio's daughter. Nah, I can't.
Rey Mysterio's daughter?
No, I'm about to say, I thought it was Aaliyah, as in like Rey Mysterio's daughter. That's different than Aaliyah.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to say.
Okay.
Yes, I guess they gave her no last name. I don't know, but anyway, Aaliyah would join the roster, the female on Team SmackDown. We also got Becky Lynch against Charlotte Flair, Big E, Roman Reigns. For that's much more coming for now. But that's it for now. The card, and it's gonna be truly brand versus brand. I like that team. Like
should be saying the IC champ versus the US champ,
mm-hmm.
and should be setting up matches for the tag champs against each
So,
other.
once again, NXT.
The Bloodline versus RK Bro.
That'd be interesting. Once again, NXT will not be a part of this, but it'll be brand versus brand. Who is the better brand, SmackDown or Raw? And in my opinion, I went back in the time machine, take a few years ago, and in my opinion, SmackDown from 2001 to 2007 was lit.
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
Especially SmackDown 2003. Lord have mercy. SmackDown 2003 was the bomb.com, man. It was lit.
A lot of years that SmackDown to me was, the A show, the show that you waited for. You just watch Raw just to lift your chops so get your fingers wet in wrestling. And you can go watch some of the highlights from Saturday. From Friday just to get you hyped again, waiting for Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Wait all
I remember. I remember. I was 2006. I was in 6th grade, so it was a school dance. My mom made me go to the school dance because otherwise I'd be watching SmackDown. So my mom made me go to the school dance. I recorded it at the times with VHS tape. You know, I recorded way too much. I had a whole bunch. I had a whole bunch of stuff. That tape was being destroyed, but I meant to record just SmackDown that night, 2006. I came home. I came home straight from the dance, went right to my room, watch wrestling.
Yeah, I came home straight from work, straight to my VCR to watch wrestling. I'm with you on that.
Sure.
I had to play it every Sunday evening, and I say, I'm gonna give God his time.
Mm-hmm.
They got this door right next to where I'm sitting there. Normally I would sit and speak to everybody. As soon as the preacher gives a benediction, I'm gonna go get my little meal from the lunchroom. Sow his seed into the food ministry, and I'm hopping in my car and getting straight home.
Yes, sir.
I'm sitting in my chair in my church clothes, watching wrestling.
So, hey, while I got you, I want those of you not, especially all my folks who are used to this. You go to a funeral. This is nothing to do with wrestling. This is something I've been trying to get for years. Somebody explained this for years. You go to a funeral after the repast part, right? Somebody explained to me why we have 2 repasses. The first repast is it's for everybody with the chicken plate and the potato salad in the fellowship hall. The second repast is that person's house. Why we have 2 repasses?
If they have 2 repasses, sometimes it's for you want to have one where you give the regular people time to talk with some of the people in the family, but then you have another one for just blood relatives, like immediate family and close to medium friends, almost like family. I have a little more private time.
I've been noticing that for years. I've been noticing that for years. I always wanted to put 2 and 2 together. Why we do this? But anyway, back to wrestling a little bit. I say AEW doing their thing, man. They need to stay in their lane and do their thing. You can't compete with Vince and them.
I believe they can. They almost there, and they just they're getting the hang of it. And like you said, they just getting like a baby learning how to walk. Once you learn how to walk, you got it. And I'm saying, Shelly, and they almost there. I believe they almost got it. And once they learn how to build a good storyline and give us what we want in the payoff, it's gonna it's gonna all work out.
One match I'm looking forward to seeing one of these days in AEW, excuse me, is Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson, or maybe Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole. We've seen that before, but never in AEW.
Part 2, Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson. I watched the first one. That match went to a time limit brawl, which to me was perfect at the time because they both that type of match to draw to only make both their stocks go up higher. They both of them get a lot better.
And we all know the rules, like wrestling business. Let's say, for example, and you probably know this part. You were there. Back when they had WrestleMania 3, Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan, WrestleMania 3. So at the time, anything before that don't exist. Yeah. Anything before something big like that never happened. Like Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan wrestled before, but not at a grand stage of WrestleMania 3. So anything before that don't count. Just like that. Daniel Bryanson and Adam Cole on AEW stage. That's huge.
Oh yeah, yeah, really, 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 really huge, really big. Now,
Mm-hmm.
my thing, I'm gonna see how they gonna transition the main event stage from focus from Kenny Omega to shift it over to Adam Cole when y'all ready for Adam Cole to take the reins and carry the company for a while.
Mm.
So sooner or later, Adam Cole, he has to be a world champion. You don't have somebody that good and that talented and not let them be world champion for a while.
Yeah, that's facts.
When we gonna see Bryan Danielson finally win it? I'm thinking that somehow we may see Bryan Danielson win it, and somehow Adam Cole come and steal it from him, and so they set up where Bryan Danielson feud with Adam Cole to get his belt back, and see how long that's gonna take for him to finally get his belt back, like when it took for him to get his belt back from Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
Bryan Danielson, he was good, but what really helped him take off naturally when the yes movement happened, and that happened. That was organic, something that he wasn't really trying to happen. He was just trying something out, and everybody just caught on. Just like Bray Wyatt, Firefly. I don't know how they got started when everybody started taking out their phones and cutting on their lights, and it just happened naturally. You can't plan for that. You can't when stuff like that happen naturally. You can't plan for it. You take it and you run with it. When the Hardy Boys became real big back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and the WWF wasn't planning for it. They didn't do nothing with it. I heard more people cheer for their matches in the second hour than for the main event in the third hour. And it took you 2 or 3 years to push them up. But then you get Jeff Hardy up and you just don't really give Matt Hardy the type of push that he deserves. Matt Hardy is a great single wrestler. To me, that's one of the tag teams that with both brothers, both first-time tag teams was both great single wrestlers. They didn't really get them the push that they deserve. Matt Hardy, when he did his little run at the cruiserweight belt, I loved it.
So he made the weight limit. Barely though.
Made the weight limit. He made the cruiserweight division relevant again. I mean, WCW would brought the cruiserweight limit, the cruiserweight division to the game. Okay, off that. But once WWF got it from WCW, and it was kind of flattering everything with Matt Hardy, going through with dealing with the cruiserweight, and then he finally making weight, and then winning the cruiserweight title and all that. Man, that was beautiful. I think they should have let Jeff Hardy go down there and get a few cruiserweight titles on championship reigns and stuff, and let Jeff Hardy go help build up the cruiserweight division too.
Oh man. Well, the cruiserweight division now in its place is 24/7 championship. What's your opinion on that?
I know that they still had a cruiserweight division.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yes I do.
What's his name? Used to be with what's his name? He's in the Diamond Clique. He won the cruiserweight title for the 24/7 champion. I like what they're doing right now, but come on now, we need R-Truth with his belt back. We need to have his baby back soon.
By the way, I missed the show. I'm trying to find the episode where it went from 205 Live NXT, but originally the Cruiserweight Championship was strictly 205 Live property.
Yeah, and then they I don't know. I guess it wasn't getting that much ratings, or wasn't watching that much. Because NXT was on Wednesday, 205 Live was on Tuesday. So I guess 205 Live wasn't getting that much wasn't getting that much viewership on there. They even put the cruiserweight on Monday Night Raw for a while to give them some TV time. But again, I don't think y'all really gave
saw you with WCW on me. Tag team cruiserweights.
Gulak coming up, with his little pound point stuff. You had this thing at first, then you made it go lame. Mm-hmm. I mean, what's his name? You had I forgot his name. Aaron Neville. Man, you had some gold in there with Aaron Neville. Mm-hmm. And with what's the name that they wrestled at WrestleMania? Double A. Man, you had some gold in there. But then you're gonna take that great cruiserweight championship off the DVD. Then you let Aaron Neville leave. Man, you just lost. You lost so much in potential to do with that cruiserweight. Once he got the edge on his shoulder, and he carried the cruiserweight division, he took that Aaron Neville pops now. He took the cruiserweight division to another level. He took his wrestling to another level. He is a world champion worthy wrestler right now in AEW.
Yeah. And man, you went way back to WCW days when the cruiserweight was a tag belt. Lord have mercy.
Oh, they had cruiserweight tag belt, which they didn't really push. But then they had some great tag team that you put together. They tried to bring that back up in 205 Live, which to me you really didn't push as much as you should have. You had Indian tag team. They did all right. You had Gulak with Gentleman Jack. You had some good tag teams. Lee Brian Kendrick, where was his tag team part that they did good. But you didn't. You started good storylines, but then you didn't really build it and fulfill it. Because I believe that they didn't let Triple H really do everything that he wanted on there. They put their hands here and there and told him, no, you can't do this, you can't do that. Triple H had, he have a good mind for wrestling. He have a good ear for wrestling. Know what the fans want, give them what they want. Mm-hmm. And they gave us a good diversity of different kind of cruiserweights. I mean, everybody don't want to always see just a high-flying cruiserweight. We had some cruiserweights that was just hard up, just ground and pound cruiserweight. I had a lot of good cruiserweights. I don't even see a wrestler in WWE no more. That was one cruiserweight champion. I mean, that naturally built their way up and got the belt. Jesus. And he just ain't really doing them like he was once before.
Yeah. Oh wow, man! By the way, I'm supposed to mention this earlier. WrestleMania tickets, yes, WrestleMania tickets for next year. By the way, travel packages go on sale yesterday. They're available now. WrestleMania tickets, everybody else is available Friday. And I got a little work to do. Got to lose some weight so I can be able to go. Like I did with my mom. Other than that, you can check it out. Go, I guess WWE.com for information and get your tickets.
Yes, looking forward to getting some things together so I can, if I don't get tickets, I'm gonna let them down there and just enjoy WrestleMania week. WrestleMania week in itself it's worth going down to where WrestleMania is just enjoy WrestleMania week by itself.
Oh yeah, and lucky me, my mama got a hotel right next to the building. Like I got a little work to do physically. Got a little work to do to earn that ticket. But other than that, it's going down. I gotta earn my ticket though. You can get your tickets anytime. WWE.com for WrestleMania information. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, the road to get to WrestleMania, we gotta go through the Rumble next year. And I'm gonna go ahead right now. My pick was terminated. That sucks. Keith Lee was my pick for last year's Rumble, and for this year's Rumble, I got to start all over again. I'm gonna pick the underdog. I'm gonna pick Rey Mysterio. I know. I'm picking Rey Mysterio. I know it's way off. He probably will make it halfway through. But we did it one time, we can do it again.
I was with you, man. I was picking Keith Lee. Keith Lee was the perfect build up to win the Royal Rumble. I'm looking to see them make a new star. I'm trying to see, who they have to really make a new star this year. And man, I don't see nobody be a new star. I want to say, I want to say I feel that Drew McIntyre winning again and having him win the championship in front of a crowd this time.
Mm-hmm. Can you imagine winning your world championship and nobody around it booed, cheered, nothing?
Yeah.
No booing, no cheering, nothing. That's the worst feeling in the world, man. You wrestle in front of nobody. First of all, you know how much energy that takes. You gotta get all hyper, you gotta get all hyped and everything in front of nobody.
Right. You're not building up the natural energy that you're so used to. I mean, at least they was able to kind of stimulate it when they brought up the Thunderdome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with nobody there. I mean, even when they started bringing in the performance people from the performance center, the wrestling in front of nobody and nothing but just an announcement. Man, yeah, that's like doing your tryout. And for some wrestlers, that was just the hardest thing to do.
And I'll tell you this, man, WrestleMania 36. The only reason this sucked, there ain't nobody in the building. Everything was playing with the crowd in mind. COVID got serious. Okay, we gotta shut that down. That's the only reason WrestleMania 36 sucked.
It was still good. You didn't have that nostalgic feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But it also helped, establish some things that they can do in the future. It was started doing WrestleMania 2 nights, which I'm loving now that they continue to do it. They give us, I can watch WrestleMania on a Saturday. I can come get home from church on Sunday. I can watch it on Sunday too, man.
Mm-hmm.
I can catch up what if I don't catch nothing that weekend, I can take one night at work, spread it throughout the whole day at work. When I have time to sit down, I can take my time to watch wrestling throughout the whole week of work, man.
Definitely.
It's just feels beautiful. You have basically 8 hours of wrestling.
Yes, and they're on top 8. They got the Hall of Fame, and then if you miss that, they got the tape. They got 2 versions of Hall of Fame: the actual Hall of Fame, and then they have the tape one. They're gonna show by Monday, the night after WrestleMania.
Man, I'm hoping Undertaker finally gets in that this year.
That'd be well deserved, man. Long overdue to put him in the Hall of Fame.
I was looking for them to do it when they didn't use it, but I guess he wanted to wait. But yeah, I think this whole Hall of Fame should be centered around the Undertaker.
Mm-hmm.
I think next year you should induct The Rock. Now it would be good for The Rock and the Undertaker at the same time. I don't think I still don't think even if you induct The Rock with the Undertaker would still be the main event because people have so much respect for Undertaker as a wrestling performer, and they know that The Rock is still a movie, more of a movie star than a wrestler. Mm-hmm. Undertaker was a pure wrestler for a lot longer than The Rock. And still The Rock and Undertaker in the same show. You know
how hard it is to stay relevant for all them years. Like, bruh, It's hard as hell to stay in a position to get people the interest in you after all these years. It's like
Undertaker was so popular. They started talking about his WrestleMania streak on SportsCenter.
Mm-hmm.
Before they started talking about wrestling, sports entertainment. That's how big the Undertaker was on his own. Undertaker was so big when he got to 15. Man, I would go and find somebody who I would pay $100 to watch WrestleMania just to watch Undertaker. I would save up all year long, put to the side. I don't want I thank God, since I've been married for 16 years, we missed one WrestleMania in 16 years.
Wow. That's messed up. You missed one. I feel you because I missed all of them. It was like I had to wait till Monday. I couldn't afford pay-per-view at the time, So I had to wait till Monday. I missed all of them live.
Yeah.
I missed every last one of them live. I didn't have pay-per-view to 2013. So that's what I could. That's what my mom paid for it anyway. But that's the first time I watched pay-per-view live as this happened in 2014. So I had to wait till Monday to find out the results of any pay-per-view, especially WrestleMania.
Yeah. Once you got older, man, you used to get together and watch WrestleMania when you got older together. Now, I had me a nice little ride to come and pick you up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I had to catch rides for me and my wife to go to our sister's house to watch WrestleMania. To go to other place to watch WrestleMania. I had cable. I was able to sit down and watch WrestleMania after I got to ride home from church.
I remember one time over here, WrestleMania 35 I was getting everything ready to go. Had a nice big party, everything, not party, but get together. And by the way, these are family members of mine that don't even give a darn about wrestling, but just grin and bear kind of thing,
Yeah.
That it's like that kid you got that let's say the show with the baby, Coco Melon, whatever we call it.
Yeah.
Dang well you don't want to watch a Coco Melon. They watch Coco Melon. We gonna watch Coco Melon anyway. That's like that.
Right.
So these precious family members of mine faking it to make it the best they could. And this one lady, my aunt's friend, like, this all fake anyway. I'm like, I gave her that look, like, look here, tonight of all nights, tonight, really it could be. Like on this.
Like, you don't go to the movies and say the movie's fake.
Sure.
You can't talk to the movies like the movie's real. This is my live action movie.
Right.
The word fake is not allowed in this area for the next 4 to 5 hours.
Sure. Definitely, man. Like on this one particular night, everything is real as it can be.
Oh, I'm telling her, hey, that fall real. Fall on the ground and tell me how that fall feels.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, that fall real. Oh, you see that blood right there? That blood is for real. Look at that. Come on now. Somebody got hurt. Hey, he hurt himself. That's real. Come on now.
Yeah. WrestleMania, the longest WrestleMania was WrestleMania 35. It was like next to WrestleMania 20, WrestleMania 35 was like what? I count 5 hours.
Yeah, I think it was 5, maybe 6 hours.
We came on the air. It was like 5 o'clock, 5:30. Got off the air at 11:02.
Yeah, I didn't think that WrestleMania was gonna ever end.
And my mom,
I wasn't home.
oh Lord, my mom watched it with me, and she faked it to make it best she could. Like she couldn't take no more. She fell asleep. She could take no more around like 11 o'clock, right towards the main event. She stayed up for Joan Jett, played Ronda Rousey in the ring. She was out at that.
Only thing I used to do to get my sisters into wrestling, when our sisters, the Macho Man and the Ultimate Warrior,
Mm-hmm.
when they came home, I remember the famous match with Undertaker threw Mankind off the top of Hell in a Cell.
Yes.
Some people was walking through the front. I ordered that pay-per-view at Mom and Dad's house. They was walking. Some of my sisters was walking through the front, and they saw that, and they called somebody else to come in there and see that. I tell you about it. Before that match was over with, our whole family in the house, whole family, friends that were visiting. I think I had a crowd of people in the living room. It started out with just me and my best friend watching it. And it ended up with about 20 people finishing watching in that pay-per-view.
Yo.
They couldn't believe that Mankind got thrown off the top of Hell in a Cell, and he got up and he finished that match.
Y'all, I'm so sorry to do this. We are running out of time. I'm getting a red flag right here on my app. We have run out of time limit. I'm getting a red app right here. But we gotta go out. We got to have Greg on next time. Have a great weekend. We love you guys. See you next time, everybody. Thank you, Greg, very much.
Thank you for having me, man. Y'all have a great day.
You too.